Giovanni Aldini was an Italian physician and physicist born in Bologna, whose field of interest was anatomy and the preservation of human life. He was the nephew of Luigi Galvani, the man who was known for his work in bioelectricity and who discovered that dead frogs' legs could move to kick with the application of a spark. Aldini carried out similar experiments but took them to the next level when he obtained the corpses of freshly executed criminals. Such spectacles performed on humans and ox heads produced repeated spasmodic movements of facial muscles, arms, and legs. He stimulated the heads and trunks of cows, horses, sheep, and dogs. An eyewitness reported, Aldini, after having cut off the head of a dog, makes the current of a strong battery go through it. The mere contact that triggers really terrible convulsions. The jaws open, the teeth chatter, and the eyes roll in the sockets. And if reason did not stop the fired imagination, one would almost believe that the animal is suffering and alive again. Though a showman in many respects, Aldini was among the first to treat mentally ill patients with shocks to the brain, reporting complete electrical cures for a number of mental illnesses. George Forster was a man who was tried and found guilty of murdering his wife and child in 1802. He drowned them in Paddington Canal in London. He was sentenced to be hanged until he was dead. Just before his execution on 18th January 1803, Forster confessed to his crime and added he had attempted to drown them on 2 separate occasions. But his nerves had failed him. With Giovanni Aldini, it began with the animals, but soon progressed to human corpses, which were sent to the schools of anatomy to be examined, experimented on, and dissected. Forster was dead, been left to hang in sub-zero temperatures before he was handed over to Giovanni Aldini. Before a large medical and general audience, he hooked up Forster's body to rudimentary batteries that provided the necessary spark to cause the muscles to contract and relax. He took a pair of conducting rods linked to the battery and touched the rods to various parts of the dead body in turn. The results were dramatic. When the rods were applied to Forster's ear and mouth, the jaw began to quiver, the adjoining muscles were horribly contorted, and the left eye actually opened. When one rod was moved to touch the rectum, the whole body convulsed. Indeed, the movements were so much increased as almost to give an appearance of reanimation. By touching various muscles, he was able to get the body to do some fascinating things, such as raising its arm and clenching and unclenching the fist. The legs were made to kick, the face was made to tremble, the jaw to shudder, and he even managed to get one eye to open. Quite a few of those who watched the experiment thought that Aldini was reviving the body, bringing it back to life. Aldini himself was convinced he might have revived the body had the blood not been drained and the spinal cord severed. However, some witnesses to this initial experiment on George Forster's body could not handle seeing such an unnatural practice being carried out. The beadle of the surgeon's company, Mr. Pass, actually died of fright